Children know. They have known. They've always knew. And they still know. And I'm sure you all remember how carefree you were at a point in time. How you allowed your maladaptive imagination to take over. How some of you lived in the fantasy until the conditioned societal rules or the rules of your family, etc., teachers, told you that your imagination and your fantasies are not real. Well, we know now that that is not the case and that your imagination is, in fact, the only real thing, technically. And this video is titled, Your Imagination is God. Well, because it is. And I don't know if any of you are aware or heard of Neville Goddard. I'm sure you have. And that's where I got the inspiration from to title this video. But of course, with my own unique ways of saying things and explaining things, your imagination is the key to getting you out of whatever rut or situation you find yourself in that you don't like or don't want to be in anymore. It sounds simple because it is. You see, our human logical brain makes things a lot more complicated than what they actually have to be. This is why children are literally not complicated. Like the most non-complicated little human beings, small human beings here. Like, ask a child a question and they're gonna just tell you whatever it is that comes to their mind. And it is usually on point. It's like children have some wisdom there because they are in their essence, their true essence, before they've been conditioned by their environment, before their environment got to them and made them start to think or imagine, because our imagination is always running endlessly forever. Because if your imagination is God or the source, the universe, whatever you want to call it, it lives on forever, like an infinite amount of times. It's ongoing. So children, unfortunately, when they are told that their dreams, their big dreams that they want to achieve, they want to be an astronaut, they want to be a doctor, they want to be an actor, they want to be a teacher, they want to, they want to be like Dora the Explorer and be out in the jungle and with animals, they get told, no, that's not possible. And I'm sure we've all dealt with that as a child. I'm pretty sure every single human being on this planet, and you are lucky if you have not dealt with this. And I'm hoping that those of you who are watching this, if you have children or want to have children, you will break the cycle of telling children that their dreams, their imagination is not real, because you are setting them up for failure. But now, since we are adults, we are older, we have the choice to learn and gain more wisdom and figure things out for our own selves, and not listen to whatever we've been told as a kid. If any of you guys know Neville Goddard, or if you don't know, he mentions that your imagination is God. And I mean, he's just a teacher. He's just a human expressing and sharing wisdom that was given to him by someone else. And that wisdom was given to that person and that person. And that person gave that person wisdom. And it continues for, I guess, an eternity, We're all just connected here learning from each other and sharing it to others. So, as I've said before, if you know that your imagination is the key to whatever life you want, please share that to the people who need it most, to the people who want to hear and listen. Because, everybody is in their own different states of consciousness. Some people just aren't ready to hear that. Like, what? That's stupid. Your imagination? That's dumb. They're still in the conditioning from when they were a child. And that's fine. You can't help everyone. You can't convince everyone. But for those who are listening, you can do these things and try it out yourself. Just right now. Take a few seconds or however long I'm talking, if you can multitask, just to close your eyes and listen to my words and just imagine you're listening to me on a beach by the lake, or you're listening to me in the car that you want. Imagine you're listening to me in the house of your dreams. Imagine that you're listening to me, next to the love of your life in your bed, and you have your husband or wife next to you. That's how you do it. You place where you want to be here in the now. You live as if that is now. You place your future self here, because future, present, and past they're all existing in the right now. You see, your imagination is always in the present. There is no past, future, whatever. It's all right now. This is why sometimes your past repeats, because you are unconsciously imagining with your eyes open. Sometimes your eyes are not always closed, when you imagine. You are imagining something to repeat itself. So place there the future here in your imagination. Now I will make future videos on how to feel something into being in the here and now. But in this short video, I just wanted to remind those of you who keep forgetting, or even if you aren't forgetting, but your days are just going by, you're just doing the daily grind, you're not really keeping up with your imagination. If you already know this information and you're just getting kind of distracted, everything's busy, hectic, this is for you guys who either forgotten because you already knew when you were a child. You always knew this. To use your imagination more consciously and not just letting it roam and kind of take a life of its own. This is why you're in circumstances that you don't like sometimes. Instead of changing the outside, changing and trying to fix what's going on by forcing what you see, the simplest answer is honestly going into your imagination and creating and visualizing the world that you want to live. It is actually very simple. It's just in this human body, we get distracted, we get our emotions, we get lazy, we get busy, we procrastinate, or we sometimes fear. We fear success, and we fear these things being that simple and easy. Like, oh, my imagination can lead me to my dreams. It can make my dreams come true, just like how I knew when I was a child. The answer is yes. So when you have time, from your day, and we all have time. When you are going to sleep, that is a time, or when you're waking up, when you're drinking your coffee, you have to decide. You have to make a conscious decision to start implementing your imagination into your everyday life. No excuses and no more victim blaming yourself. Oh, my life. No more excuses. Use your imagination and use it precisely and consciously so that you can start to see the things that you want to see. Okay? And I'm sure, I guess I'll make further videos on the details of imagination and so on and so forth, but I just wanted to make this first video to tell you all so you are reminded, because some of you just need a reminder, that your imagination will get you out of any situation that you are in, that you don't want to be in. If you like your situation, perfect. But if you want to change anything in your life, new car, better house, better job, more money, your partner, use your imagination, because your imagination is God. Thank you all for listening. I am Shanny Mel QL.